to 709 Meridian, an audio commentary podcast. My name's Andrew,
And this is D.
and we are working our way into our Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson single title aughts, not mega hits.
Yeah.
Oh, honestly,
His solos.
his solos, though last week we did Rampage. Rampage actually did quite a
Yeah,
bit.
did some business.
But this one that we are watching today, Skyscraper, did not do as much business, but still turned a pretty penny, including in its international release in China, which we will be discussing because while it does not appear to be a Chinese co-production, they really, really, we'll talk about it. Starring Neve Campbell. Um, who else is in this who is recognizable? Neve Campbell's in it. Noah Taylor, that Australian smarmy guy, is in it. The Chinese billionaire who builds the skyscraper is played by Chin Han, he was in the new Mortal Kombat. He was in Independence Day 2. He was in Winter Soldier. He was in 7 episodes of The Blacklist. He was in the Sixth Gun pilot that didn't get picked up. He was in 2012. He was in Dark Knight. Okay, so he was actually not a Chinese-based actor, which is interesting. Neither is the other fucking guy who's Chinese. That dude's a fucking Seagull movie and an Arrow. He was a recurring on Arrow. Okay, so they really didn't film anybody in China. So they filmed less in China than I thought. So we will get to that. But it is a Towering Inferno meets Die Hard meets. Well, we'll get to it. Yeah. And just another warning, folks, we will not have a long post show because the credits are like 12 minutes long. So we'll do the post and that. So, yes. And except when I make you listen to the music, because this is a rock movie made for middle America, so it's shitty country folk songs that make no sense. All right. You ready for this?
Yeah.
All right. Starting in 3, 2, 1, play. So.
It's a Universal film.
It's a Universal film from Legendary Entertainment. And I went down.
Got their hands and everything.
I went down the rabbit hole on this a bit, trivia-wise. And so this was a package put together by The Rock. So Legendary won the bidding on it. So I assume that means somebody was like, hey, what if we shoot a disaster movie in Canada, do a bunch of CGI buildings, and then shoot some technically second unit.
It's a latter-day Schwarzenegger deal.
So, okay, so we don't really need to talk at length about the intro. This is to show that it's a tough movie. Because it's rated PG-13? Yeah, okay.
So they're going to stretch it.
Oh, yeah, we are going to stretch this.
And again, this doesn't have an unrated version.
No, which again doesn't make. I mean, the Rampage. We'll get to the special effects in this, but the Rampage. We talked about how, yeah, it'd be a lot of fun given the gore that they did. It would have been a lot of fun to see an R-rated version or something, and it seemed really up on the line. This seems like a tough PG-13. This seems like a too tough PG movie that they were like, well, The Rock can't be in a PG family film. Like,
yeah, we got to punch it up a little.
This So we're talking about it really early, though. Keep your eyes out for there's The Rock. We should also spot Pablo Schreiber in here, um, continuing his bewildering career. But I guess there he is. I guess if you're that tall, I didn't recognize either of them until they got inside when I watched it last night. I was like, it's got to be The Rock, but
Yeah, because he always has to be seen without a hat or a helmet. You got to see
yeah.
that head.
So now he is a Special Forces FBI intervent FBI Strike Force member, which
Now,
is not a thing that exists.
I wonder though if he did do some kind of training with real guys for any of these movies, because he always plays, you know, special
Yeah,
force.
retired Special Forces turned pickleball instructor Dwayne T. Johnson is the only person who can clean up the playground at Tiny Town. Like, that's, you know, The Rock's first movie was, well, The Scorpion King in 2002 or 3 or whatever, right? Like, then he did Doom, and then he like kicked around in a bunch of stuff. There was Walking Tall. There was what
Damn,
was
I forgot
his
about Doom.
what was his street crime one? Remember? Didn't he do one with like Lorenz
Mitch.
Tate? No, no,
No, the one with
Snitch.
Lorenz Tate was Vin Diesel.
Oh, that was Vin Diesel. Oh,
That
okay.
was A Man Apart, I
A
think.
Man
Yeah.
Apart. Okay, yes. Sorry. I apologize, Rock. I didn't mean to confuse you with Vin Diesel. You're welcome, Vin Diesel. I thought you were The Rock. There we have Neve Campbell as an angel of mercy. Um, God, his fucking leg thing really does not matter at all, does it? Oh, I also
Oh.
missed that it said it was in Hong Kong. I was like, what is this supposed to be Seattle? I'm confused.
Well, it's hazy enough.
Yeah, I was like, Lake, or no, I thought it was Sydney because of the thing down there in the corner. I'm like, is that Sydney? I don't know.
Whoa,
Um,
Stark Tower.
yes. Um,
Stark Tower, Hong Kong.
yeah. So here, look, it filmed in Hong Kong.
Oh yeah, this guy.
Yeah. So basically, all of the Hong Kong setting, what it actually let them do was release it in China in July, even though usually in China in July they don't do imports or something.
Mhm.
And so this was like designed to be able to be released at a premium spot in the Chinese market, which is, I mean, fine.
Yeah,
Go for it.
I
Like,
noticed him and Statham managed to do that a lot. These sort of international action pictures.
yeah,
They'll take somebody who's well enough known in America. Oh,
yeah.
what kind of man do that to another man, fiddler? He's older now. He's got a beard. Look at that. Special effects.
It is incredibly pointless, the like thing. And it's just like,
Well, it's to make him separate him from, other The Rock
yes, of
characters.
course. It gives
It's him
him
with the one leg.
it gives him like 5 minutes of extra story. Like, no, maybe four. Okay, and
Right.
here we have Neve Campbell, sort of a strange addition to this, but does she like even work outside of occasional Scream appearances really anymore?
Not really. No.
But she is
Like there was a
basic.
time she was trying to be a real actress.
Yeah. I don't know if she ever went back to TV. Every time I say I don't know if somebody went back to TV, we look and they had a 3 season streaming show that
Or
I meant to watch in 2014, but then, forgot.
or they did a guest spot on Law and Order.
But she is playing Bonnie Bedelia,
Right.
basically. Um, we will get to a point in the movie where she has lots of action because it'll come up. She is a Navy doctor, and that
Mm,
means she's gone through kicking ass training in Annapolis. So that'll come up.
mm. She's not
But
completely helpless.
yeah.
They really, since the diehards, they said, all right, if people's wives are being captured, she has to do something than stand around and scream at them.
Well, it's too bad because we're going to hit a point in this where it's basically Die Hard family
All right, because the
where
kids are involved.
the kids are involved. So like you really could have done Journey to the Center of the Earth, Die Hard with this, and you know the what's it called just wasn't
Uh,
there. The
I thought it was two girls. Jeez.
we'll potentially get to that. I need to see what the subtitles say. Like the kids
Uh,
have zero personality. Like,
yeah, it would have been something if they were like, the Spy Kids. Oh, wait. Yeah, Pablo Schreiber.
okay, there's his
Speaking of
scar. Yeah.
speaking of Law and Order,
Oh God, is he
he
in Law and Order
actually,
now?
yeah, he was, he had a story arc.
Okay.
Detective Benson's arch nemesis for a while.
Oh, okay.
Almost
Of
forgot about that.
course, he is the lead on the Halo show, which I have not seen. Uh, I think he might actually be taller than The Rock.
Mm,
So also now we have a lot of The Rock can't lose an action scene and a fight scene in a movie.
mm.
I, we'll have to see what we consider qualifies because this movie is basically him just getting his ass kicked and getting sweatier and then kicking ass. So
Oh, so he switched it up
I we'll have to see technically how I'm not sure what the rules are of The Rock not losing a fight.
because
Which
that's kind of the difference between him and what you call it, Statham. Statham might lose a fight, but he won't get his ass kicked. Like,
and The Rock will get his ass kicked, but he won't lose a fight. So,
right.
okay, apparently, I thought it was just Neve Campbell not knowing what to do with her hands, but Pablo Schreiber doesn't know what to do with his hands either. So, clearly, what's the name of this director? Rawson Marshall Thurber does not really know what to tell people to do with their hands. Director of Dodgeball and a true underdog story, which he has been trying to make a sequel to since the first movie
White
without
Goodman.
success.
That was that was the only funny Ben Stiller movie. Well, besides Mary, but Dodgeball is hilarious.
Okay, so then Thurber did an adaptation of The Mysteries of Pittsburgh, which was like a
Mm.
It was the guy who wrote Wonder Boys, so it was basically like Wonder Boys for teen. Oh my God. Nick Nolte was 66 years old in 2008. Nick Nolte's still alive, right?
Yeah, him and Gary Busey.
Nick Nolte's got to look so terrible these days. Like, Jesus. Okay. But Mysteries of Pittsburgh is the one that has John Foster, not Ben Foster. So why would you watch it? Mina Savari acting again. Ugh. But also, this is the one where Sienna Miller made fun of Pittsburgh. So that didn't go very well.
Wait,
That,
is that's not it's not Ben what's his face, is it?
uh,
Ben Mendelsohn?
no, that's Noah Taylor. That's a different.
He
That's a
looks like him.
that's a shorter version of Ben Mendelsohn.
Yeah.
Um, who is on the Preacher adaptation and apparently also on the Powers adaptation. So,
Every time I see this cat, I keep thinking of the Dark Knight.
oh no! See, like
Because he
net.
basically plays the same character, almost. I keep waiting for Morgan Freeman to walk in. Mr. Wayne is denying your offer.
Yeah, so basically, Neve Campbell was on 25 episodes of House of Cards.
Mm.
Oh God, she did a. Ew. She played a mom in a Sabrina Carpenter vehicle directed by Justin Baldoni. Okay. Nev
Wait,
Campbell's probably keeping her mouth shut right now. Oh, she was in something called Castle in the Ground starring Alex Wolff and Imogen Poots. Okay, so
really?
yeah.
See, she always shows up at shit that I really don't want to see.
Yeah.
Why is that? God, where's the push for her?
And then she's on the Lincoln Lawyer right now. And she was on Twisted Metal. Is Twisted Metal the one that I'm curious to watch because it's what's his face's show? Yeah, Mackey's show. Yeah, co-starring Thomas Hayden Church, Metamorpho, and okay, well, there's a reason I haven't started watching it yet. Okay, but yeah, so here's their House of Mirrors, which is an
I'm
interesting
guessing
thing.
this is a nod to Enter the Dragon.
Well, it also wait for it. So
Oh,
okay, there's this South Korean movie called The Tower, which is about a high tech. It's a high tech towering inferno, and it was from like 2014 ish. It's great. Go watch The Tower. But it had the idea of yeah, you can build a skyscraper as the setting for a bunch of action is very easy to do now in the CGI era.
right, because it's just you in front of a damn blue screen.
Right. Mm, be fair, it's in front of a green screen
Green
and they
screen, yeah.
and they do build the action set. And then like if you go find the pictures or video of like The Rock running around like a foam green
Yeah,
highway
blank.
block in front of another green thing, in front of another green thing, like with a bunch of people, it's fucking hilarious. But
Now that might
um
be on location right here.
I don't think so. We'll get to it, but
Or it
I
might have been
know.
the boat to Vancouver.
Yeah, it's the boat debate. They were like, we could film a ferry in Vancouver. Oh no, they're going to be sneakier than that. Like, I think this could be green screen. like,
Now that might be real.
eh,
I'm gonna give 'em-
I mean, maybe
I'm
we'll
gonna
get
be
to it.
fair.
We don't know, but yes, we will get to. But like having read
I'll be
now that
fair.
the cops are not actually Chinese,
Mm.
like they're not Hong Kong actors, they're Canadian actors.
Since this is
Speaking
supposed to
Chinese.
be, this is an international action picture, so
It is, but it isn't because Chow's not it. If this was a real international action, I mean,
yeah, they would have had somebody from over there.
you need Chow, you need Jet Li's retired, right? Like
Something.
Jackie Chan showing up. Where's your
No,
Jackie
because then it would
Chan
have to
rock
be,
movie?
yeah, it would have to be them too. But this here's, yeah, that's a ferry, Vancouver.
But it
Put a
is,
couple of Asians in the back.
you know, we've gotten to a nice point where, I mean, it actually says Victoria. Oh no, Victoria. That'll come up. That is actually Hong Kong because colonization, colonizing actually. Talk a lot about like, hey, why are there all the? I mean, it's also colonized. Oh, hey, Vancouver, it's also colonized. Oh yeah. So then we get
Oh
this.
no!
Wait for it.
Dun dun. Ah! They always have to make it elaborate. Like, where did he find these spider monkey fucking
Well, what I love is it's like we're gonna
parkour ass
right,
motherfuckers?
like we're gonna do fucking cheap parkour though. Like so we will get to so this movie is officially what 102 minutes, so an hour and 42 minutes. I think it's really about 90. We'll see when the credits start and there's padding and stuff. But there will actually get to things where you're like, why didn't you just have a scene setting this up? Right?
Mhm.
Like we will get to like it's very you
Oh
don't
wait.
understand the like Poltergeist 3 had a better building setup than this. Like for fuck's sake. Like not even something obvious like because basically it's kind of like a Jurassic Park structure. You could have a Jurassic Park structure with the
Look at
kids.
this scene right here.
Yeah.
Oh, what the?
PG-13 baby. PG-13.
Bad guy.
Apparently one of the critics was like, well, it can't really look at Matt Damon's fucking son with Jesse Plemons in the background there. Um, one of the like review sum ups on Wikipedia was like somebody was like, well, it's like you can't have Die Hard without Hans Gruber, and it's like actually you can. That's not what's fucking wrong with this movie. Okay, like what's wrong with this movie is they filmed it inside in Vancouver and like yes the CGI can look all you can do a CGI building very well. We'll see a fucking montage of key viz at the end, but what you can't do is I mean actually The Rock does pretty well acting in CGI environments. It's just not a don't look at the camera kid. Like okay, so if you're paying attention, the children and Neve Campbell are back in their apartment, which is weird because Pablo Schreiber thought they'd be out for the night. He set that up for them to go out for the night.
The dummies came home. They would have been safe.
So I do not understand why they didn't have another $30 for um I don't
Hmm.
know, like a villain of note. Like, unless that's somebody I'm supposed to recognize. Because that guy's actually the big bad. Spoilers.
Oh
Like,
boy.
that's all you get is that guy is the big bad.
Yeah, how's that not Comb Fiore or somebody?
I don't even think they fight, so it doesn't even matter.
Mm.
Oh, no, that's a different. That guy at least appears to be a Norwegian actor.
Oh well, there you go. International cast.
Oh no, Pablo Schreiber turned on him. So we didn't pay any attention to it, but The Rock has a tablet that lets him control all of the buildings um systems, and it was supposed to get stolen, but he put it in his pocket because he's The Rock and his pockets are big enough for an iPad mini. And so when they stole the bag, there was no point to that whatsoever.
Mhm.
Like,
Oh, think.
it's so funny how, like, thanks to John Wick, we have this, but on the other hand, thanks to John Wick, we have this.
Yeah, we need more choreographed fight scenes,
I guess,
but of you know because of Dwayne Johnson, they have to be. The room has to be fucked up.
yeah,
People slammed all over the damn place.
you have to be thrown across the room. Okay, good news, everybody. We're gonna have like 5 minutes of first aid.
It's too late. You got me. You showed me, man.
Your fucking family. Who do you think you've been talking about the last 10 minutes?
Mm,
Okay, so you were supposed to pay attention that said flammable with water.
with water. Yeah.
But now, Die Hard, you've got, 40 or so hostages on the 40th or so floor. We'll have that scene in Chinese. That's why I wasn't too worried about figuring out what they were saying. Um, but the stakes on this are like a first act heist subplot in, I don't know, not quite an episode of Nicholas Hammond's Spider-Man, but like, I don't know, like a really impressive A team or something. Like the gang's got to get into the vault or something. Like,
Mm.
because now Neve Campbell's basically going to start an action movie mom movie. She's basically about to start the River Wild or something. Like, there's tons of stuff you could do with it, but they don't do anything with it. It's very
Yeah, it's weird
unfortunate.
to have it diverge like that in a movie like this
Like, is
and have it be
she
so short.
exactly like it's like you guys could come up with 90 minutes of story?
Yeah.
Seriously?
Like it's these are supposed to be the most basic movies. You got Dwayne Johnson in a big ass building and it's burning. Like,
But he's not in that building yet. He's got to go back to that building.
yeah, he's got to go back, but even still, you could have done something without the family subplot, though. There could be a billion reasons why he would have to go back there. Oh, hang on a sec.
Right.
Never mind.
Yeah. Where you at?
No, I'm here.
Oh.
Oh, hang on a second.
um what the Okay,
Hmm.
so the Rock's stomach issues are going to come up multiple times. Like,
Oh,
he gets kicked in the stomach multiple times and it's like a big deal. um but we were talking about Neve Campbell, and what I was going to say about that was, um she and Hartnett were going to do a movie together in 2012, but she dropped out
wow.
because she had a kid.
Hmm.
And so instead, he made it. I don't know if he made it with the person he ended up marrying or if he made it with some no name person, because he ended up marrying some like no name person, but like a co star.
Yeah,
I have not seen.
it wasn't Jessica Perret, was it?
No, not even that much of a name.
Mhm.
But so Nev Campbell dropped out of it. Then I was like, I hope she's at least still like happy,
Hmm.
since I would have watched that movie. And
Yeah, at the time, hell
but
yeah.
yeah. So there you go. She's still happy and we're trying to work again. It's they She signed with a new agency and is in the new Scream, and I don't know if I can ever. A Scream season sounds terrible.
Yeah,
Okay,
because I don't want to
that
watch the
dude,
new ones.
that little dude there with the short hair, with the long hair, and the mean look on his face.
Mm.
I think that's somebody. So I think that is like the evacuation scene there was second unit stuff in Hong Kong. I think this, I think that's our fucking Vancouver fountain behind us. I don't know
I
for
wouldn't doubt it.
sure, but that is not, that's a set. Now, if you look at the cityscape, you can sort of see it now. But
Mm.
when I watched this last night, I thought the Chinese cops were at least, I thought they were like, oh, they're gonna do a fucking they're going to do, international, piecemeal. I also thought they filmed this in Hong Kong. I'm an idiot. I didn't realize they just went to Canada. Um, but there's this great Chinese movie called, is it called Drug War? I think it's called Drug War.
Mm.
And it is basically a real-time anti-drug operation from the Hong Kong police or something, but it like starts with them capturing some guy who's like, I've got a meet in an hour, and they've got to like figure out the meet, and so you have this fast-paced action movie that takes place over 98 minutes or whatever, but it's like,
Mm.
yeah, really good. Drug War, I think is what it's called. So I was like, it's like they're doing a Hong Kong, they're going to do a Hong Kong action movie on the side. Nope, they are not. This chick is gonna. This also seems like a transporter movie. Like,
Mm.
until the family shit takes over, there's no reason this couldn't be a transporter movie.
No, I could see Statham in this. You just got to refit it for him a little.
Yeah, like Statham's got to go deliver something at the new building. Boom, we're done.
I'm gonna make this delivery.
I find it weird that somebody was like, okay, I need you to give Asian Ruby Rose cameo.
Yeah, these movies always seem to have some deadly assassin female in them now.
Mm-hmm. But it's been like that
Um,
since Transporter 2. Like,
yeah.
it's just.
Matter of fact, I just watched that like 2 days ago,
I
and
like that.
she disappeared.
Yeah. Well, she was terrible.
Well, yeah, they had her running around in her underwear for no
Transporter
reason.
2, baby.
Yeah.
I remember the third one is the one that's really delightful. Like the third one, because it's like it's like Rambo 3 in that, like, it's a father and it's basically like a father and son movie with it's a
Oh yeah.
it's an intergenerational buddy picture
Well, they
between
learned.
mentor.
Yeah, they learned that worked between the two of them
Yeah.
from the first two movies. I haven't seen three in a long time.
I can't believe they haven't brought that back somehow. Like with him, like done a
Me
like
neither. Like, because they have to make up for transporter refuel.
was that
It's,
Luke Goss? That wasn't Luke Goss, was it?
I don't know, but there was transporter refueled, and then there was transporter the series.
Origin. How did Frank Martin become Frank Martin? Who?
I thought
Like,
refuel was Origins.
I thought the show was Origins. Hold on, let's see.
I don't know.
Transporter refueled 2015. No, that was Ed Skrin. Sorry, everyone.
Hmm.
Not Luke Voss, Ed Skrin. Ed Skrin, who.
Blue Gus was Death Race.
What did. Ed Skrin of Rebel Moon. Was he in anything? Oh, yes, he. Well, yeah, there you go. Not really. Okay. So he basically just does various action movies. Oh, I'm sorry. He plays Frank Martin Jr. And Frank
Yeah,
Martin
see,
has been recast with race. Wait,
no,
no,
no.
wait. So he's Frank. He's Jason Statham.
All right.
Dwayne the Rock Johnson is Ricky Kimball in The Fugitive.
Refuged.
Okay, so this is not Daredevil. It just looks like Daredevil.
Man. Oh
But
no.
yeah,
Thank you. Ah.
they're gonna disappear for a while. Um, I would say so. We're about 38 minutes in. On the clock, there's 64, but that's really 54. I would say that we don't even like the stuff with the haircut girl does
Uh,
not come in for ages again. And they don't, it's like they cut something setting it up too. It's a very rush. It's like a
yeah.
TV movie script with a big
They,
budget.
they trimmed it
Yeah.
to fit like four showings a day, four or
Yeah.
five showings a day.
With this kind of movie, the ushers can come in and start cleaning the theater when nobody's sticking around for the end credits. Okay, so now it's I think we talked about this or I mentioned it. It's just basically going to be about a hard drive and a locked room. So, you know, same story as probably 75 television episodes and half a James Bond movie or something.
Yeah, a lot of this screams Act Three of a James Bond movie.
Yeah. Okay, so here's where we're setting up that
Mm-hmm.
Neve
The
Campbell's a
wife.
badass too. Okay, I gotta look up the lady here because I'm very curious if she is also um Canadian. Like they really okay. Bad girl, however, is a Chinese actress. Okay, so there's that. Okay. Cop lady is a just say the words. I know you're gonna say the words. Oh my god. Hey, she was in Sonic the Hedgehog. I think she's
Really?
Canadian. Yeah, I think she's just Canadian.
I wouldn't doubt it. Yeah.
Okay, the Mandarin and Cantonese dialect coaches make a lot more sense now because I was like, dude, Nev Campbell had two lines in Chinese. She didn't need a dialect coach or something. It
Mm.
wasn't for Nev Campbell alone. Okay. God, wow. You don't see the Quebecese making movies to be like, we're in France. Or do you? I don't actually know. Um, okay, so here we get one of our big sci-fi or action set pieces, but it's like he's actually about to do something that it's a video game move from the Jedi Survivor game, I think. Here, we'll do it in a second. When you jump to ceiling, you have to hit X. So here, Dwayne's
Oh
hitting
no!
X. Yeah, baby.
And it's on the big screen. Oh jeez.
Oh, there's so much watching on the big screen. so much watching on the big screen.
So it's also what the Running Man too.
Yes, but we're not gonna have any familiar faces on the big screen, or we're not gonna like have any familiar faces in the audience either. So oh, I missed it. I wanted to talk about how you could very clearly tell he was walking while holding it in some of these shots. Oh,
Oh shit!
CGI, CGI. But it's just like it's all this, right? It's all just a bunch of CGI composites, and it sort
Yeah,
of
because
establishes a whole new type of like dude, the beginning of Superman 2 on the Eiffel Tower, they take into account that like it's fucking windy and that would affect like being up that high, whereas The Rock is unconcerned. But wait, so here, he could have just opened the door. Why didn't we have that set up someplace else? Right? Like, why isn't The Rock having anger management issues with the kitchen cabinets and Neve Campbell having to tell him just to make sure it's, you know, I'll turn it on and off again if you can just breathe deep and try opening the door without breaking through it.
mm,
He's also going to run and jump here, and the leg is going to give him no trouble, which is very funny. Um, It's like, why does he have a problem? Like, why is that part of the story then?
yeah.
Because it's 6 minutes of scenes. And I think that is sort of what, I mean, it's not the only thing I find disappointing about The Rock as a brand, but it's what I find disappointing about these movies. And you see it in Black Adam too, where it's like, he's got a capable enough production crew going. Like, this movie is very like it doesn't look bad, right? It isn't effective because of like the dramatics of action choreography or whatever. But he never seems to like hire anybody who can write. So
Mm-hmm.
like
Because there's no dialogue going here.
okay, so now the plan is he's gonna zoom over on his belt. So buckle up for that.
Oh shit!
Dude, you're not, don't, why would you even think? No, come on. Don't even worry about it. Don't
Oh
even worry.
god,
You don't need to
this
worry.
fucking shit,
Don't worry. You don't,
man.
it's not going to be silly like that. Calm down. Here we go. Ready, set, and where is it?
Well, here's the thing. While I'm watching this, it's hard not to imagine at some point back in the day, if they had the budget to do it, we would have seen Arnold do this shit.
Oh, yeah.
Because this is such.
I mean, the fact of
I
the
have to get
matter,
over there.
like, Arnold was never, I mean, in a lot of ways, The Rock did surpass, like, the likable Arnold. Like,
Yeah.
there's things he didn't surpass, but he did surpass the likable. Right, the leg really gave him a problem there.
Oh.
But don't worry, because now we have to cut to the TV screen at some point so everybody can watch. At one point, Nev Campbell's watching on like the door control. Like,
Oh.
I don't know if we missed it, but there's also like going to be a really weird, I think we did. There's a really weird transition shot where like the cops are talking, and
Hmm.
then the female cop like looks at something on the screen and we cut to what she's looking at, but there's no establishing that that's what they're looking at because we're in a different scene. It's just like okay, so here we have the indoor park, which ends up being a lot less entertaining than it ought to be. We could have had a whole scene with them in the and the wet blankets, but that was just like it's like they had somebody on set to tell them certain fire safety things they should keep in mind. Okay.
This damn building. Oh,
But like for hot minute, we've got capable mom rest and the kids rescuing each other scenes, and we drop that so fucking quick, and it's just like, why do we have to drop it that quick? Also, we should have been paying attention to Tony Stark's hand control on his Apple Watch. That's
uh,
going to be important.
look.
We're about to reveal. So we're heading to the helicopter. What I love about this is how do they get to the helicopter? So we see the helicopter, but it's like extended out. Okay, so short Ben Mendelsohn is a traitor too.
Oh, he's double crossed.
Yeah, he's double crossed him. The guy we did a close up on didn't mean anything. And okay, so we're roughly halfway through now to kick off the rest of the movie because The Rock is back inside.
Oh no.
Okay, so this turns out to be
Yeah, somebody's gonna get him anyways, right?
oh, wait for it. Okay,
Oh.
so he's taken out the helicopter guy. Okay, like they're gonna walk over on the metal support beams, is what this implication is when they're like that high up. I just don't feel like that's a realistic
Mm.
walkway situation in this circumstance for a bunch of like fucking business executives.
Oh,
Um,
look at the
yeah,
well-designed staircase.
yeah. And he's able to use his watch to lock the doors. And now he's going to get into his panic room. And time for new stakes. Okay. She's going somewhere. I don't know. We know where she's going to end up, but I don't know. I don't think we see her get there or know why she's getting there because the fact that they don't have a helicopter doesn't actually mean anything for their plans. So, like, maybe they shouldn't have had that as a thing that could go wrong. Okay,
Mm.
here we're going to have our little bandaging ourselves up sequence.
Yeah, these are kind of weak bad guys.
Oh, they're terrible. Yeah, like let's not. Like I'd rather watch it be, you know, somebody desperate. Like I wouldn't actually
No,
rather it be like Chris Klein, but like somebody who's Alan Richson would have been a badass, um, terrible accented thug in this. Like somebody who's
yeah,
willing to work. Like just somebody who's willing to work a little bit.
I don't know. I Give me Peter Stormare.
Oh well, yeah. I mean,
He doesn't get enough work. Or you're right, Alan Rich. Anybody?
okay. So the prosthetic foot was fucked up, but it didn't like
Yeah, it didn't stop him from
materially
jumping across.
impact anything. And his injury there, I think that's the first time we actually see it. Like,
Funny how all the characters he plays has the same exact tattoo.
well, I mean, he's just showing you that you just can pull yourself up by the bootstraps in the United States. And, you know,
Like they didn't, splurge to get that spray painted out.
we'll see what The Rock says when, they fucking intern everyone in Samoa. We'll see what he says then. But, until then, you just got to pull yourself up by your bootstraps. Okay, I assumed we were now going to get Neve Campbell and the kids having to run from the bad guys. We're going to get a scene where we then remove Neve Campbell from this part of the action, which makes no sense. Also, it made no sense why she took those um scissors before. Like we needed a scene where she was like, all you ever need in an emergency is a pair of fucking surgical scissors or something. Like again, a little bit of setup, it would have been badass. Like, and she's actually good
Mm-hmm.
doing the action shit here. Like Bonnie Bedlia never got to do that shit. Like,
Nah.
but it is like, what if Die Hard 3, the two of them on the cruise ship with the kids? Like, I don't think it would have been good, but this is a good proof of concept of it. Like, the problem is there's nobody who does that kind of movie anymore. Like,
Mm.
well, I mean, it's like, it's a Spielberg, it's Jurassic Park. It's the Jurassic Park formula, but not obnoxious. And I don't think anybody can do that currently.
No. What the hell?
Wait, just wait for this. So The
Oh.
Rock covered 20 feet in like a shot, like in a cut.
Mm-hmm.
I think the other thing that's frustrating is that he's gotten so good at playing this part, but it doesn't matter because there's never anything to it. Like,
Uh-uh.
that's what made Hobbs and Shaw just like so much fun was that like getting to see him do the thing well opposite somebody else doing it like because I mean whether Statham does all his shit tongue in cheek, it sure plays like he does and it adds a nice layer to it. Like,
Well, with him, everybody around him kind of either choose the scenery and he just plays Statham.
mm-hmm.
because I don't know, I watched The Working Man and I watched Homefront.
Oh, damn. I've been wanting to see that for years.
Just watch that one. They're both good
Ugh.
because it's just standard Statham shit, you know. But everybody other than Statham in Homefront. It's
Shit, isn't Winona Ryder in that? No.
Winona Ryder,
Oh my God.
James
Oh.
Franco. They're all just chewing the scenery in that one. They're a bunch of hayseeds in the South too. So I can't hold it anymore. Kata.
Chuck Zito's in it. Holy shit.
Yeah, see that movie, man. Watch that shit.
Um, all right, so what's going on now? Okay, so have we split up the kids? So then we get this, which is like a cool idea for a sequence, but then the sequence is really boring. Like they're gonna go down the turbo lift too fast. But the difference between this and the tower is the tower might have had a lot of CGI building infrastructure stuff, but it liked utilizing that. Whereas this, what I've
There's a
been
lot happening
waiting,
around them.
yeah. And it's like I was expecting a full on like
It's like a
artificial
it's like a
jungle,
universal ride.
right?
See you in hell, Riggs.
Okay, so they're plummeting through the fire and they're supposed to count to five. Don't worry, we won't time this with a clock because it makes no like how she finishes counting and then waits 5 more seconds to we get to see none of the shop part of it. We don't get to see any of Water Tower Place. Then we get this shit with the kid getting chased. We don't chase her in the interesting looking artificial
Uh,
uh,
Atrium.
atrium waterfall place. Instead, we are going to run through um, TV movie Die Hard set. Like, and there's certainly a conversation to be had that we will not be having about the placing children in danger in um, action movies and so on for cheap thrills, or not cheap thrills, but cheap emotional impact for a, a X amount of the audience type deal.
Mm.
I just remember a long time ago some dad telling me how ER was always like, it's just like, hey, your kid's got a fucking broken toenail. They're gonna fucking die. It's your fault. You And it's just exploitative. And I mean, it is, but also you don't have to do that with kids in this. You can have kids running from raptors and not creepy killers. Like, okay, dude's supposed to be in the penthouse. Have we noticed the penthouse is not near the roof? Like,
Nowhere.
I don't think there's ever been a movie. I haven't seen Towering Inferno, but Towering Inferno has a roof sequence at some point. I can't think of another movie about a
Oh,
skyscraper where the roof doesn't fucking matter.
I keep thinking of it. Richard Chamberlain who pushes people out the way.
Yeah. Yeah.
This guy looks like a super jacked mutated Jamie Bell. Like if you just dip Jamie Bell in mutagen.
It's like, what if Jamie Bell was the direct-to-video version of Tim Roth Abomination? Just a quick tangent, since I just said that and I have to think about that. Clearly, what in hindsight, what Marvel needed to do with some of those shows was they needed to do two seasons at once. We
Yeah.
were actually making fun of this earlier, the fake split season thing.
Uh,
But the thing is if you had done 6 or 8 She-Hulks, 6 or 8 more, and just taken the time to finish it up, like you do all your principal photography at the same part, but you do like, so yeah, I guess with Marvel, part one and part two of a season would have made a difference, I think. For everything, even like fucking Winter Soldier, like, and the Falcon, that would
well,
have benefited from, like, yeah, I don't know.
I don't think they. Some of those seasons do breaks, right? They like take a
No,
break.
the
I
only
know.
Marvel shows that ever do that, the only one that's ever had a second season is Loki.
But
And
what I'm saying
then,
is, even during like the actual initial season, they'll
oh,
skip.
did they? No, not with those, because they were so short. There were only 6 episode shows or whatever.
Right.
Like,
They would like do three, and
did they?
then I was sworn they did. It's one
I
of
think
those did.
one of them did some shitty. They did shitty stuff like drop two, and then.
Right.
But Daredevil has done. We drop two, do weeklies, then we drop another two.
Hmm.
But I think they did that because the second time they did that was that fucking badass episode in the bank where you get to watch Disney's Daredevil beat up an Irish Protestant terrorist for being Protestant. It's fucking awesome. Like, not as awesome as watching Frank Castle cut a fucking cop's dick off and then stab him in the neck, but it's pretty awesome.
Oh, oh,
Not even getting into
they got brutal in that one, man.
Wilson Fisk looking directly into the camera and saying, "Oh, did you want to make a comparison between me and another political figure? Here, let me crush someone's face on Disney Plus."
That
Oh,
was wild.
yeah. But that's not what we're watching, folks. We're watching Skyscraper starring Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Yeah, something a little more tamer.
Yeah. This isn't a Disney movie. Like, chill out. Oh, look, they had fucking parachutes. The bad guys have parachutes. So why do they care about the helicopter? Just make the fucking guy go with you on the parachute. That was in the Towering Inferno or something of that era. Like, we've established that if you want to kidnap someone and get off of a high place, it's totally okay to parachute them. It was in a James Bond movie, I'm sure. That was utterly pointless. That
Oh, yeah, falling out.
Yeah. Like, and that's just the kind of thing we're doing here is we're just doing these low stakes action moves. Also, I realized two things with this movie. If they want to do a MacGyver movie, you do it with The Rock. I don't know if you do like MacGyver and son, MacGyver and daughter or something, but like just the sort of
Well, yeah,
level
at
of yeah.
the end of the original show, right? They set it up.
And then second observation is speaking of Disney, Dwayne the Rock Johnson is the Simpsons McBain in. Like, this is a McBain clip. Like, it really is. Okay, so here's some time killer about
Hmm.
parachuting that
Oh
be
wait, this guy
yeah,
wasn't he in Shin Godzilla? Or no, he was in. Oh, damn, he was in something. I know I've seen him in something before.
you've seen him in so much. Wait for it. Byron Mann has been in. Hold on. Hold on. Let's get back to. Well, his first credit as a teenager was in Murder, She Wrote. He was in Time Tracks. He was in Walker, Texas Ranger. He was in Possessed by the Night, starring Shannon Tweed, Sandal Bergman, and Chad McQueen. And
I'll be damned.
Turin Bay, holy shit. He was in Street Fighter.
Oh, Ryu. Okay.
He was in Red Corner. He was in The Corruptor. He was in 8 episodes of Dark Angel. Is that all of the episodes? No, that's not all of the episodes. He was in Smallville. He was in Catwoman. He was in an episode of Burn Notice. He was in A Dangerous Man, starring Steven Seagal. Hell on Wheels. He was a regular. He was a recurring in Arrow. He was on a couple episodes of Agents of Shield. Another fucking what's his face? Seagal movie. He was on The Expanse. He was in Altered Carbon, same year as this. And he has gone on to be in Little Fires Everywhere. Is that? No, it's Reese Witherspoon. I don't fucking care about Reese Witherspoon. Um, and guest starring on The Irrational this year. So, yeah, Byron Mann has been in tons of shit. Like, it's in Canada. Sorry. Um, but it's just yeah, it's just weird. Like, well, so Tony Leung, mm, God, I can never remember. I think it's Kai Fei. The Mandarin from um
Oh shit.
yeah, we gotta go and this is big no, it's not Tony Leung Kai Fei, it's the other Tony Leung. It's big end of Galaxy Quest energy here. Chew. Wow. Anyway, the Mandarin from the movie, the Shang-Chi. That dude had
Oh,
never spoken English in a movie before, and people were like, "Oh, he doesn't speak English at all." And it was like, "No, he did," and so he could have like But I'm sure there was at some point in his life where he told his agent to tell Quentin Tarantino he couldn't speak English, like type deal. So like you could have gotten somebody like that and actually done a co-production thing, and it's just a bummer that. But this actually wasn't very expensive. It was like 85 million or something.
mm.
Because since The Rock put it together, presumably he wanted back end. Let's
Oh
see.
no.
Yeah, so she's watching on TV. The kids aren't watching on TV. Oh, I'm sorry. No, it had 125 million.
Oh,
Oops. I
good
shouldn't have
grief.
swung with it in the wrong thing here. Hold on, wait for this high tension scene.
Oh, brother.
Mm-hmm. That's
Yeah,
because
but
The Rock gets up, he takes a shower, does 30 lifts in the shower. Then he has two boiled chickens, does another workout before 5:45 a.m. Aren't you lazy for not doing that?
yep.
Oh,
Gotta have my pancakes.
yay! Giving people high fives.
All right. Right. Say it, Jim. Woo. Okay, now pull your leg back up.
Right. I only can hope. Oh, he doesn't. He actually loses it in a second here. Oh, no, he doesn't. Just wait. Here you go.
Oh boy.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Wait for it.
Uh,
Think about what kind of, he didn't like throw it. He
oh,
got over there one
you
footed
managed to. Yeah, you managed to just leap over there.
in an eighth of a second. So we should have gotten to see that. Like that should be the secret of all rock characters is at some point they're just like, oh yeah, by the way, I could like leap 40 feet. It's a really weird thing. Like,
Shit. Oh. Yee. Pow.
because Arnold could never do
Now he didn't really
like,
do like you could say he was a special forces guy, but he was more of a brawler.
yeah,
So intricate fight choreography wasn't gonna.
no.
He's not gonna do more than a punch and then toss somebody somewhere.
You want to see it? I don't. Does Arnold ever get more intricate than Predator?
No. Like he's supposedly a special forces guy, but you won't see him pull out any martial arts
No.
takedowns or nothing like that.
But you also wouldn't even see fun stuff like, is it in the Jack Reacher movie where is it? It's not Momoa. It's Jay Courtney at some point like picks Tom Cruise up because he's so short or something.
I
Like
think so.
Arnold didn't even do that shit. Like it was, we did not try at all in the '80s, folks. Which is what's so upsetting about the end of Lethal Weapon 4. Well, amongst other things, but like
Well, that was
Jet.
pretty cool.
I
Jet Li just
mean, it was
kicking their ass.
yeah, but it wasn't like a real scene because I mean that's like the problem when you cast Jet Li opposite.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like you, Rock. I've been. I saw the Scorpion King. There have been
Twice.
4 Scorpion Kings, maybe 5.
He only did.
The first one,
He did the one.
then there was a sequel, then there were 2 more that starred the same guy, then there was another one that started different guy. So
Oh
there have
shit.
been fucking what did I just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Scorpion King movies. They want to relaunch it as a modern day thing. And I'm like, what now?
Didn't they
Like,
learn a lesson from the Mummy?
we'll see what lessons they learn in their next Mummy. They're filming that, right?
Yeah,
Wait, is this almost over?
it looks like it.
It sort of is, but only because it's a 90-minute movie pretending to be longer. Oh no, Neve Campbell gets another action scene.
And this is the reason why they had 2 kids instead of one.
Yep. The kid who has asthma, by the way, has like been completely
Hey,
the
safe.
asthma. He's safe, but also the asthma was a total like red herring thing. It was
Yeah, it
just
was
like,
just one of those. Hey, we could go here, but
okay, he's now thrown.
oh god.
Yes, but good news. All of those screens aren't just independent of each other in terms of being damaged by bullets. Like, apparently, you can shoot the screen and it'll still function.
Oh brother.
So, see, doing one of these with practical effects, you're at least figuring things out. Doing them without, you're doing a video game cutscene.
Zap McMustache.
Why can't they parachute? We'll find out in a second, but apparently there aren't any. Rock can't get any parachutes in a bit. Okay, so here is the
Oh, them trying to.
this is where they were going to meet them from the parachutes. We don't
Oh,
get an overhead shot of it because we're not going to waste our time doing CGI of an overhead shot. When they introduce this room with all the like that you can be like you're outside or something, I was expecting that to somehow play into it. Like, oh hey, it's Clemens Damon over there. Oh, that dude's still alive.
Zap
So
McMustache.
we haven't talked about it, but The Rock's like, I haven't used a gun since that night. Um, and we get less if he'd only use a gun, this would be over moments in the movie. But we do, I don't know. It's like we don't, yeah.
I like when they look at the gun before they throw it off.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I don't actually know if Lady Cop survives this. Maybe she does. Because what's her face here is Bullseye slash Deadshot slash
Mm-hmm.
who else never misses?
Domino.
Domino never misses. Does Deathstroke ever miss?
Ugh. Depends on who's writing them. But then he'll say he's the best anyway. So.
Didn't they have like a Wolverine and Guns comic or something? Like, no.
They
Am I making that
probably
up?
did. Did they do Wolverine and Nam at
Yeah,
one
I think
point?
they eventually did. Yeah. Yeah, they did. Okay. What sucks about this is Neve Campbell doesn't get to save herself. Neve Campbell loses if the cop hadn't shown up, but then Neve Campbell's going to save the day by being observant. What would have been cool is if Neve Campbell had used her fucking um, bloody
Oh, the scissors.
scissors. Like she was like, no, just because I stabbed dude with them, I still need them for the next part of this crisis. But we're gonna now have Neve Campbell take longer to figure out how to like. We're gonna see her see the button on the computer, then and she's gonna take 3 minutes to press it. Like, because I guess the problem really is that like, other than this not being a good third act, to have a good disaster movie, to have a good um, action thriller, you need to you don't just need to cut your action scenes well, you need to pace, you know, the various swirling stakes as they go. And it's like this is just lousy at that. Is again, The Rock just needs to find somebody who can write and hang
Mm-hmm.
out with that guy and have that guy fix up his movies. It's very strange.
This is Sparta.
Okay, boom, go stakes. So apparently none of the dead guys are going to have a parachute that they could go get. Instead, Nev Campbell's going to get out of her car, log into the iPad mini.
Oh, the fucking building is getting claimed.
Yep. Rock's going to find him a way out of there. Except, okay, here it is. Watch what she's doing, everyone. Oh, guess what are you doing? Let's draw attention to it. Okay. There's no way through the CGI flames. There are no bodies from which to grab a. Wait a second. Did the other guy get killed?
Mm.
They get no. Where's the guy who owns the building?
He's cooking,
No, he's
probably.
not. He lives. Hold
Does he?
on. Yes.
Well, he was laid out. He got shot and he was laid out.
Oh, that's right. That's
They
right.
didn't show
Okay.
him.
Okay.
He handed him the gun.
It's really fucked up because The Rock snaps her neck and then they live. It's like the end of The Mist. It's really
Oh
fucked up.
yeah.
Okay, but she got to that screen before the Rock and the daughter's scene. I said, like, shot a second ago. Like, also the again, if we'd actually established some stakes to her earlier, turning it on and off again thing, that would have helped with this quite a bit. But still, she's getting more to do than Bonnie Bedelia or Ann Archer ever did. So that's pretty cool. Sadly, it's in this movie and not like I don't know what it would be though. Like
That
I
shit, it's burnt enough that it should be falling over to the
nope,
side
it's
by
fine.
now.
It's fine. It'll be fine.
That's what should have happened. And then they could just jump onto the next building.
Isn't the crane still there? Why does he jump back onto the crane? What the fuck's he whining about? God.
Yeah, that sucks. Nothing else would have saved them. Take a wrecking ball of that ugly fucking building.
Like honestly, this would have been a great Netflix movie for 2018. Like
It kind of feels, yeah, this doesn't really even feel like a theatrical.
no, because there's
Oh, there he goes.
just something off about it. Yeah, okay, so he's shot and but okay. Which is makes
That's what's
sense
cooking.
because they're walking through their AI set there or CGI set there.
Oh, are they on the big screen?
Uh no, I think we're done with that.
They didn't give us that.
Nope, we don't get that. We get this really
Shit.
flaky conversation about rebuilding.
And the Running Man got a big screen scene where everybody's cheering because he just killed Richard Dawson.
So we didn't talk about it, but the MacGuffin hard drive is all the identities of the triads, basically, and they were trying to get it back from him, even though like they didn't want him having blackmail insurance, even though theoretically they still could have done corrupt construction stuff, I'm sure. Okay, so this was the scene that I was like, well, at least they filmed. They at least had The Rock show up in Hong Kong for some on location
Mm-hmm.
media stuff. Because I was like, okay, because Neve Campbell at least must have been the one who went over there. This might be the worst out of the building.
The Harley moment. Harley!
Because, like, it's the whole fucking family. So, what I actually do, like, like about this is like, he's still, like, dad, right? Like, they're still like, Mom, you're okay. Okay, let's go like that. Like, The Rock doesn't have, like, a controlling dad persona in his movies, which is nice. I guess that's what I'm saying. He's willing to let kids be kids in wait, there wasn't a kid in Rampage, was there? No, I can't even remember.
There was a monkey in Rampage.
There was a monkey in Rampage. And Jack Quaid. Jack Quaid was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
But here I was like, oh, they the Hong Kong cast meets the
Right.
but no, it was the
He's,
Vancouver cast meets the
he's meeting
Vancouver
with.
cast.
He's got old Al over there.
Yep.
He's been talking to me on a walkie the whole time.
And here, okay, so we are 92 minutes in, and that is the end of the movie. Don't look into the camera rock. Stop looking into the camera rock. And instead of the weather outside was frightful or whatever we get at the end of executive decision, we get British folk singer Jamie Common
Uh-huh.
as the film plays over the CGI building effects to show off how cool they look.
You know, I saw a video with somebody talking about this where since the Marvel movies became hot, all the end credit sequences have to be some shit like this.
Yeah.
But then I would say it goes even further because Fast and Furious was doing shit like this too. Where you
Yeah, I
see
mean
the
it
inside of the car.
I'm just who
Huh?
I mean, didn't some of the shit didn't Gone in 60 Seconds do this? Just around the
Probably.
garage or something? So no, like yeah, Marvel didn't create that. They got that
No.
from somebody. Like they
Yeah, they
just
totally cribbed it and sort of
the
enhanced it.
Star Wars, the Star Trek did it. The J.J. Abrams Star Trek did it, didn't it? I think it did for sure. The second one did for. Oh wait, Star Trek's after Iron Man.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What did Pirates of the Caribbean do?
Pirates just, I think they just went to credits
Because that would be like the most obvious. But yeah, no, Marvel did not come up with that. There's some other example of.
because Pirates did uh, stingers.
Okay. Um,
I think
buckle up,
Harry Potter
folks.
might have.
7 more minutes. Right. Like it was not like me. And when we figure out what it was that actually did it to start, like fucking Panic Room technically did it. Like Panic Room
Yeah,
has those opening credits where the credits
yeah, the openings.
are
Yeah.
alongside the building. Like if you want to like that's the thing. It's like the TV show opening credits. Like they've all
Mm-hmm.
got to be Game of Thronesified if you're a streaming show. Like but it wasn't Game of Thrones that was the first one that did that. It was Game of Thrones that was the first one that enough people watched that it became a
Mm-hmm.
cultural shit. The DC movies do it with that fucking terrible CG. Just like
Ugh.
just to make you feel bad about how you spent your time. Like God. But we're still releasing statues of Ezra Miller as the Flash.
There's so much of that shit left over.
It's like new shit. Well, like, I don't think it's new shit. It must just be like shit that they were like, no, 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 it's great. It's great. We're
Then
gonna
there's
sell it.
shit that they have to sell. 'Cause-
Oh, none of that shit's probably recyclable. So they're just like,
I
we
gotta get
can't
rid
have
of
somebody dig up a landfill of Ezra Miller
it.
Flash 172 busts or whatever. Like that'd be bad publicity for Well, I was just reading that Thunderbolt spent $75 million on cross promotions.
Yeah,
Like, which does feel like Disney. So,
yeah, because they just throw money at shit. Oh, I don't know if I told you, but I got from the library the first three volumes of the new Star Trek series.
the IDW,
I think it's IDW.
the IDW movie series or the IDW.
No, this is Star Trek.
Yeah.
Like, uh, what you call it? This one is the one with Cisco has a ship.
Okay. That one. Yeah. The sequel series. No, because
Yeah.
IDW, they did canon Kelvin verse,
Mm.
like co-written at a, you know, grand level by whoever was in charge at um
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Katie Emma Affleck. I'm not Googling a kid, but like, is that one of the fucking Affleck kids on working a production assistant job on this?
It might have been.
Because John Jablowski is no doubt related to composer Steve Jablowski. Uh, um, yeah. This was a letdown after Rampage, but it was nice. It was nice to see Neve Campbell and The Rock's so much better at this than like Van Damme, man.
Yeah. At least,
Like,
he could say
yeah,
his lines
he can say his lines.
without a shitty accent.
Yeah. So next week it'll either be Hercules, Snitch, or Faster,
Huh.
I think, unless you come
I
up with
try to
something
watch one
else.
of those beforehand.
Yeah, so we'll figure that out. Um, and then for summer sequels, which I think we will probably end up starting right after the Rock season wraps, we have some delights in store, folks. We've got discount Indiana Jones to Rat Pack to Statham. I was trying to find the cover art for the episodes is based on key art from the movie database site for the movies.
Oh.
I just pick something that looks like it'll look funny in claymation. The Mechanic 2 is apparently about Jason Statham being rich, retired, married to Jessica Alba, Tommy Lee Jones in his, Viola Davis cameo, kidnapping
Yeah.
her, Statham having an action scene, and that's the movie. Like, it has nothing, like, so it was very hard to find anything that seemed even slightly set piece-ish from Mechanic 2, so that'll be interesting. But yeah,
Hmm.
so we'll come up with a nice bit of summer duology.
Oh,
We're
hell of a
finally to
day.
the songs, folks. Frightened Rabbit contributed. Oh, those are the only two fucking songs. Oh my god.
Yeah, this wasn't a
Okay, here. I was like,
soundtrack heavy.
where's it gonna say that they shot in fucking China? Where's it gonna it doesn't. It just talks about how they fucking did it with tax credits in Vancouver. What the fuck? So yes.
Huh.
The end.
Oh, they have to say this building doesn't exist in real life. The events in this film are fictitious.
Well, all right, folks.
Yeah, that
That
was
was
Skyscraper,
Skyscraper.
not the hit Demi Lovato song, but
So far, if you're gonna watch a rock movie, watch Rampage. That's
yeah, pretty much.
that's what
It's
I've got now.
it's kind of on the cusp of what he's driving towards, as opposed to paint by numbers stuff like this, which isn't horrible again, but it's not. It's better
Yeah,
noise in the background, and
like this is like I said, this would have been a great Netflix movie. Um, that sort of level, it would have been a surprise. This is basically like a, I don't know. There's no action movie network like the Sci-Fi Channel, but like if there were, and this is like a really good TV movie,
yeah,
but
what a
not like,
budget.
but not like really good. It's like a well-produced TV action movie thing that doesn't exist, but could be a streaming movie. This would have been a fine streaming movie. Anyway, um, but we're not watching Red Notice. Is that correct?
No, hell no.
All
God.
right. Or the
Uh,
Santa one. Isn't there a Santa one too?
yeah, that's Red One.
God, I hope he does something else with red in the title.
Eh,
Actually, what was that? There was that one, some really artsy, design heavy indie comic about like a Russian superhero, I thought. But I don't think Atomica or something. I don't think it was red in the title. So not a good contender for The Rock, who is of course on either the lookout for his neck for a superhero spot or his attempt to his coup d'etat on the DCU did not work out because he didn't hire a fucking rewriter. Like all he needed was to punch up Black Adam a little bit and it would have been fine. All right.
yeah, he wasted Pierce Brosnan's time.
He wasted everybody's time. Like,
uh,
I mean, I mean, maybe not the kids, but poor Aldous Hodge, like,
Dallas Hodge,
waste,
who
like,
really
yeah,
was striving towards something in that.
yeah, like, all right, folks. But we didn't watch that either because that's one of the two title ones which we have not taken under
Yeah,
the purview yet here. No two-word rock titles yet. All right, folks.
yeah, that's about it.
Um,
Stick
go
around.
Going to Skyscraper? I don't know. Like,
Yeah, stay
flip
away
one?
from very, very tall, obnoxiously tall skyscrapers,
Yeah.
or at least the ones that have shifty people walking around.
Or made of CGI.
All right, good evening, folks.